Big Hawkey, welcome to the chair, mate.
Yeah, this is a real treat, Dunks. I don't usually sit in the front row, and it's nice just to be in here without the coach and the rest of the team, mate.
I know, it's I'm not often the interviewer.
Yeah.
Feels a bit different. Not so much different for you, but thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. Just gonna well, it's a big week, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. No, thank you. I appreciate you doing it because it's nice. I mean, we play football obviously because we love the game, but there's also the part of playing AFL football that you create special memories with people along the way, and you know, I think of my 349 games, and I'm not sure exactly how much we've played together. You might maybe know, but it's a lot, and you've been wonderful for me in the journey. So it sort of seems only fitting that you're here interviewing. So I'm going to enjoy it.
Well, I think we're just about the oldest here now, anyway. So there's not too many others, but
certainly look the oldest.
Well, speak for yourself. Of those, 349 games, you're lucky enough to win 246 out of those 349.
Yep.
You're probably aware of it, but only 100 losses and 3 draws. So it's been a remarkable career. Obviously, father, son to Geelong. You probably never would have thought this would, I suppose, not end the way it has, but continue the way it's going.
Yeah, get to this point. Absolutely. I remember when I first got drafted, there was a board that sat above my locker. There was a 200 game player board, and there was, from memory, there was 17 players, and Peter Riccardi was the last player to have gone on there. And I thought to myself, I was a mad Cat supporter growing up. You mentioned Dad played. I've got family histories, ties on my mum's side. My grandfather Fred played.
Yep.
So Geelong was in my DNA. So I knew a bit about the history, but it was remarkable that there was 17, and I thought, man, if I could get to 200 games at one stage throughout my career, however it sort of takes shape, I thought that'd be pretty cool to be walking out the doors. Obviously, it's not like it was then, but being on the 200 game board and to be sitting here, chatting to you, embarking on 350. Is something that I never thought would be possible, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think there's only 7, if I remember correctly, that have played 300 at the footy club. There's only one other player to play 350, your good mate Jolie.
Yeah.
Now, you've got his other record in sight.
Yeah.
Have they gone the early crow on naming the stand, do you reckon?
Yeah, well, that's probably not up for debate for me. Look, it depends who you ask. If you ask my grandfather, Big Freddie Ledoux, or my uncle Rick, and a few others in my family, they'll be petitioning for something.
I'm sure you'll have a room or something.
But I mean, I talked about people along the way and that help your journey. I think the reflection piece that I've really enjoyed is that I've obviously been the one that has played the games, but I love milestones because you celebrate people outside of yourself, and they get a heap of enjoyment out of the fact that they've helped in a little way, and Joel's been one of those. Yeah. I think you'd agree with how he's helped shape your career, just
100%.
as a teammate, as a captain, as a person away from football. He's been remarkable. So it's pretty cool to think that we both got drafted together. We both lived together in our first year. And then we've both sort of forged our way through from a boy. I'll talk briefly on Joel, but he was a young boy or young man, or however you want to see it, with bad knees, and no one wanted to take a risk on him. And he got through to the Cats at pick 7, and his career path is obvious, and he's done some incredible things. And I was talented and highly touted as a young kid, but had a lot to learn, bit overweight, had some back issues, and never thought that I would get to this point. So to play sort of 700 games between us, 700 plus games between us, he's got a few more on me, is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, well, speaking of young and a bit kind of rough around the edges, I've got this photo.
Yeah.
And it has lived on my Instagram for a little while. The view at the...
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Going on the footy show, which we'll put up there for the viewers.
So they can see that, yeah.
And can you just run us through what you were thinking back then? You had the stud diamond earring, the tight top that just covered the belly button. And for a well-groomed man now,
how's it make me feel?
Yeah,
that's great.
What's your thought process there?
Good on you. Thanks for bringing that up.
That's all right.
So, yeah, no, I don't love the photo, but I don't know why I double T-shirted it.
As well. That was a trend back then.
And the hairdo was cut by my great mate, Zave Ellis, who I shared a room with in the boarding house. He was the resident barber, without stealing a local barber's name down here in Geelong, but he cut hair. We actually went there one night to celebrate one of our other friends' birthday.
Got you out of the crowd, did they?
And got me in the crowd. We actually popped down to Arcadia and had a steak and about 6 pots as well, and wandered in there and enjoyed ourselves. And Shane Crawford, who's a Finley boy, he was on the panel that night and saw me in the crowd. And
bit hard to miss.
Yeah, a little bit hard to miss back then as an 18-year-old. So I fond memories of that, but. Yeah, sort of every kid wants to play AFL, but they also want to be on the screen. I sort of,
you got both.
I loved that moment. It was good fun.
I would have some shocking photos, so I probably can't talk. But all right, we're going to delve on to, I suppose, in a bit of a deeper level now. Like, what does footy mean to you? What did footy mean to you back then, like the times when you were young, but compared to maybe footy now?
Yeah, great question. I think, before my time at Geelong, I always thought I was going to play AFL football, and that's not from a place of arrogance or having a right to play because, of my family history in Geelong. I just had something in me that just said that I was going to play AFL. Like I said it all along. I said it to my kindergarten teacher. I said it to my high school teachers. I said when I went down to boarding school in Melbourne, the principal asked me in my first week, we sort of had a bit of a family connection, and he asked me what I wanted to do when I finished school. I said, I'm going to be playing for Geelong Footy Club. And I was a bit naive, but it was always in my mind that I'd be playing at the elite level and playing for the Cats. So it's probably a bit of blind stupidity, but I loved football back then. It was a time in your life where you played a bit of rep footy and you got to play locally, and you trained twice a week and you didn't do a pre-season, and I just loved it. I was an active kid. I loved supporting Geelong, but living in Finley, sort of the Geelong Cats players were sort of, I referred to them as mythical creatures through the early part of my life, because I didn't have much of a touch point. So. I was fanatical and loved the game. It's changed a little bit since being drafted. I still have a love for the game, but the love looks a little bit differently. Yep. I love the competitiveness. I love winning in a team environment and winning with teammates, executing plans, and also I just love the enjoyment that my friends and family get out of watching me play. And
I suppose, being from Finley, what about your idols growing up? Was it footy players, family?
Yep.
Who were a couple there?
I've got a couple. I think my dad was always one. As a parent, I had a pretty close connection with Dad, both from a football sense, but a father and son sense. So he's been wonderful. Has always been. Still to the day, one of the people I refer to, if I'm having issues with not so much things on field, farming. Spoke to him this morning about some issues that we've got at home. He's been incredible. local footballers, I've referred to it before, but like there's a couple of guys when I grew up when I was about sort of 6, 7 and 8 and I'd go, I wasn't playing quite in the under 14s and these guys that played seniors for Finley, I just thought like, AFL's up in Melbourne, the big smoke, down in Melbourne, down in Geelong, but these guys were just the bee's knees. So I sort of idolised local football players. There was a couple of guys in particular, Matt Clark, who's still there at Finley. I mean, no one knows these guys. Andrew Reid was a guy that we recruited one year and he was like a gun centre-half forward. Marcus Baldwin played a few games here at Geelong and I got to play with him. So I idolise those guys. I love Gary Ablett Senior and Billy Brownless. But those have changed and evolved, but certainly early days, they were the people I sort of really looked up to.
Is that what got your love for footy, those players, you reckon? Or just the Finley, your dad, Finley culture, farming and footy? Yeah,
definitely. I think that the Finley culture is, it's a nice way to put it because I love the township of Finley and the people because they've been very supportive for me on my journey, helped me through my junior system and program when I was younger. I've got a real love for the people around home. I think my cousins played a big part in help driving the passion for football. That we spent a lot of time with them on weekends and day to day and went to school with them. So I think they help fuel that passion along with other family members.
We talk about the Geelong Footy Club, like it has evolved a lot probably over the time you first came here and even when I walked in the door. Do you think footy as a whole and the Geelong Footy Club has allowed you to play on the way you have and continue to perform at a high level, or is it more, do you reckon, the way you approach footy, or a bit of both?
Yeah, I think it certainly is a bit of both. I'm forever grateful of the opportunity that Geelong gave me to be drafted and just to work with some unbelievable people. I've spoken via message to 2 people that have already reached out were Ken Hinkley and Bob Thompson, and they were there right from the word go. Also Brian Cook. So those 3, like they were right there at the start of my journey. So I've always had great people helping me through, learn, and that's from coaches and players. So I think that the environment through my whole 17 and a half years that I've been here is the way that it's been structured is that they're so nurturing and also educational. So I think I've just learnt so much about football when I thought I knew everything.
Yeah.
But also lots of different things about life where people are now helping me into the next stage of my career. So I think they've taught me a lot. I've been here half my life basically. Yeah. So 35, I'll be 36, and I came in as an 18-year-old. So even though we're no good at maths, we can sort of work out that's just about half. And they've been wonderful. And the other part is outside of the nurturing and the educating is that every year as a player, I've been in a position, and you have as well, where you're competing and playing in finals. And we love the home and away stuff, but one of the things that was taught to me early, and it was made obvious and clear, is that the players and the best players love playing in finals, and they love playing well in finals. So I think that sort of always stuck with me, and why I enjoy, and why you work so hard and you help others and educate them, but to be able to collectively play finals, and that's the best footy, and that's where you create the best memories.
Absolutely, and we're lucky to have a couple of great ones at that. What about challenges through your career? Obviously, it's been a long career so far, so hasn't all gone smooth sailing from the start?
No, it hasn't. I came into the system as I think that the heaviest I ever weighed was 113.5 kilos. So and that was when I was 18 years of age. So it goes to show my professionalism at the time, and that's fine because the game's evolved.
A
Like
lot.
the young boys now, they come in with six packs. I mean, I heard someone recently refer to the same sort of topic and said that it's taken them 13 years. Now, it's taken me 7 and a half. I'm not quite sure I've got a six-pack yet, but I came in raw. So that was a challenge. It took me a few years to adjust to that. Form.
Yeah, I remember playing, I think it was my first year, playing a few VFL games, and I think we might have played a few together.
Yeah, that was,
I think maybe one or two. So it even just like you take out, you didn't play from day one and play every game. So you've had some setbacks from form point of view, and then you've kind of made up all those games toward the end because you're so professional, mate.
Well, I think you're like, I certainly don't think I don't think I've got elite professionalism, and that would maybe, compared to say the best, but I know what I need to do, and I keep it really simple, and I actually, even though it's sort of fun and games about it actually, there's a lot of thought that, and I would say you're the same, like you're so diligent, and unless you're diligent and understand what works for you, you just don't play as much footy as what we have. So, there's been the forms. There's been some injury issues as well. So, I mean, if you're going to play as long as we have, you're going to have bumps along the road, and again, that's where you need great people and a great support network.
Yeah, and speaking of support network, Emma and the kids. Now we kind of had kids very similar time, so it's been great to, I suppose, go through fatherhood with you and bounce ideas off and hear about the goods and the bads and the sleepless nights, etc. But how big? Obviously, Emma's been there for a long part of the journey. How big a part has she played?
Well, she's been there for the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah. So we started dating in the last year of school. So we have ridden the ups and downs of my career and life over the last 18 years. So she's been incredible. I think, and again, without sort of referring too much back to that support network, she sort of has epitomised that level of support whereby she allows me to do something. She understands my passion and understands, the dedication that I put into playing football, and has an incredible ability to be able to support me when I need it, but also just let me go and let me learn and fail and get better and celebrate the good things and work through the tough things. So she's been unbelievable. I don't think my career would have had the same trajectory unless she was on the journey with me, because it's just I mean, Demi's the same. Like you need people at home, and we're not everyone's lucky enough to have those sort of people in your life. But she's been incredible, and the kids has been such a fun part of my journey, and to be honest, it's the 350 milestones is awesome, and there's going to be so many people that enjoy it. But I mean, having your kids run out with you is pretty cool. Even when Henry was born, I took him out from I celebrated back down here because it was COVID. I couldn't take the kids over to Adelaide for my 300. So I had it here, and even the milestones along the way, it's sort of been, I've carried her out, then she ran out, and then I carried Mimi, and then Mimi ran out, and then I'm carrying Henry, and the three of us will be able to run out together. I mean, that's going to be as fun as anything in the week and in the game.
And I get real emotional at those type of things. I have no doubt I'll have a tear running out through the banner on Monday. Is there anything better, like this is just from my experience, but after the game, looking up and just waving at waving at your partner, your wife, sorry, and your kids just waving back, like that's one of the best feelings after a win, I reckon.
Yeah, if you can find them.
Yeah,
It is, you're right. I mean, it's just special to be able to enjoy it. And our kids, as we know, they're the same age and they're great friends and have created actually such a lovely bond together, even at an early age. And we didn't share a room on the Gold Coast, but our doors were ajar.
Yeah, they were.
And in and out. So like they've had some awesome experiences together. I do look up at Emma and Demi sometimes at the games, and they look a little bit tired after running around. I feel sorry for them. I think when we get home at the end of the day, Emma's.
Say a few wines.
Well, she probably needs those because she's been tearing around after them all day at the footy. I think she ends up being more tired than I am. But yeah, it is. It's special, and then the opportunity we get to take them onto the ground and at times and bring them into the environment down in the locker room is pretty cool, because it'll end and they'll be older and 18 and no doubt won't want to hang around Dad anymore.
Not at all.
And it'll be nice to be able to talk about those memories and look over photos.
Do you think having kids has changed your perspective on footy, or it's hard to kind of put, like, sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit for the kids, like kids are kind of nearly first.
Yes. Yeah.
So like, do you think that's had an effect on your footy? Do you reckon it's made your footy better? I dare say it's probably made it better because the last 5 years you've gone right.
Yeah, it has. It's
the lifestyle balance changes.
It's meant that I haven't played as much golf.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's absolutely improved my life. I mean, the quality of life to just from pre-kids to post-kids is I just get so, like, yes, there's some challenges and being up at night's tough, and I lose my temper at times at home, which the girls remind me of, but the enjoying their successes along the way is so cool. I mean, you've just had your fourth child, and no doubt you're going to go through the next 12 months of
They might need your help.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm there for you, mate. Absolutely.
It's not about me, mate.
Come out and do some work and have a little snooze. But it's enjoying their milestones and taking a back seat of your life almost. And I live my life to the fullest, but it's just so good seeing them learn to walk, learn to crawl, learn to walk, talk. You just get so much enjoyment. Learn to swim, learn to write, learn to read. It's just such a fun journey, and one that I've loved. So
it's amazing what you used to do with your time, I reckon.
Yeah.
What did I used to do? I must have just sat on the couch and done not much for long periods.
Well, I'll go back onto my teammates here for a second, because I maybe haven't mentioned them enough, but like, that's what I love about then coming in here, right? So it's, you come in and you finish your day and you're like, just before you run off to go and pick the kids up from daycare or from school, you ask one of the young boys, Toby Conway's a great, he's given me some wonderful examples over the year. What do you got up to this afternoon? I've got to go to the supermarket and work out what I get for dinner, and then go home and cook it, and then tidy up. I'm like, mate, true. That's like piece of pie. Let me come over and do that. I've got to go to swimming lessons, off to horse riding, back to cook dinner, bath and bed, get a bit of time to relax at the end. But I do love that part of then coming in here and spending time with these guys. Yeah,
and that's a brilliant thing about the Geelong Footy Club, and which we both love, because it gives that flexibility where, well, you're a bit further out of home, but a lot of the school activities are probably around. You can quickly duck off. You got time to drop them off at school. You got time to pick them up. The whole program is about us, but still gives a lot of time to, involve those important people in our life, which we are forever thankful for.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, look, I think the part on that, they do such a good job of controlling your emotions. Like, if playing professional sport, and we're obviously down here in Geelong, like there's with that comes a lot of anxiety, and I think that the way that the program is set up, it takes that anxiety out of it. Like Easter Monday, we travel to Melbourne. Could be a bit of traffic on the road. We're probably going to get reminded to go early. Something comes up, you're late. Like, the coach doesn't care. Like, you'll get there when you get there. Now, don't take the piss out of it, but it's that they take all the anxiety, or as much anxiety out of it. It's incredible with the way that they do it. And now, as a senior player, you realise exactly what
he's talking about.
What they're trying to do. It's a great environment.
We've spoken a lot about family, a lot about the people that have helped you along the journey, and we've got a couple of little snippets here of some special people of yours to say a few words. Very special, Steve Johnson.
Tommy, congratulations on 350 games, mate. Unbelievable achievement. You've come a long way since that first Mad Monday. My favourite footy memory of you, outside of giving me a cheapie in the grand final, was the kick after the siren to beat the Hawks. Yeah, amazing effort, and enjoy the occasion, mate.
You should be so proud of what you've been able to achieve over your career. You know, when I think back to you and when you first began, your skin folds were 130 and poor old Weapon was stressing out. His dandruff was all over the gym because he was scratching his head, worrying about how he's going to transform you into a professional athlete. But look at you today, mate. Here you are on the verge of playing 350. Credit to you, and good luck for you on the day and the remainder of the season. Cheers, mate.
To be your sidekick there for a handful of years is something that I really treasure, as I do our friendship now. Look, I know you've upgraded your sidekick since my time, and that's a significant upgrade. But you continue to get better, mate, and it's great watching you now. So hope you get a win, and I'll see you on the golf course soon.
Mate, the smile, the joy, the football artist, mixed with the big rig, the killer competitor, and you're the commander, the heart and soul of the footy club. You always were, and you still are today. To be honest, even still, I think we've taken it for granted being a Geelong supporter and also a good teammate of yours for a long period of time. What you've been able to do, not even great players can do, only champions can do, and you sure are that. And the best thing about you, mate, you make your games count, you don't count them. Congratulations on 350, love you, brother, and go Cats.
Congratulations, Tom, on an outstanding footy career. I'm jealous of your achievements, but also very, very proud of them. Well done, enjoy your game on Easter Monday. We'll all be there cheering you on. Go Cats.
Congratulations on achieving 350 games for Geelong Football Club. Jen will be so proud of you. And thanks for the excitement over the journey. Bye for now.
Well done, Uncle T. We're so proud of you. We admire everything that you've done, Tom. 350. We'll be cheering loud from the crowds. You say, go, Uncle T.
Go, Uncle T.
Woohoo!
Uncle T, kick like some goals. Woo! Go Cats! Go Cats!
Go, hurrah! Hurrah! Go, hello!
He's very good at football. He's really good at kicking. He's a really good player. He gets frustrated sometimes when he doesn't get the ball. And I'm like, Dad, gotta toughen up. And I'm like, Dad, get the ball more. Well done, we love you, and we're just proud of you all playing footy and all those things. We love you so much.
Oh, you've done well not to have a tear there, because that would be no good, I reckon.
Yeah, there's probably a few fighting him back, but that is pretty cool. Right from the start with Stevie, and even that upon reflection, like I always just still picture those guys as champions and a lot better players than I was. I mean, it's sort of a bit like maybe how Pods feels.
Second fiddle.
But yeah, great people, great again that support network, and yeah, it's pretty cool to see that they get as much enjoyment out of it as I do.
Yeah, and I suppose the reflection part, you get so many text messages from ex-players and probably players that are still playing now, and I suppose that kind of opens up the reflection even more. Righto, Tommy, that's about it, mate. We've kind of covered all the boxes. We've probably spoke for too long, but on behalf of myself, the club, and all the members, footy fans everywhere probably, congratulations for 350 this week, and we do know there's many more to come. But yeah, it's been an honour to sit down with you, been an honour to play with you for so long, and I love calling you a teammate, but I love calling you a mate.
Good, mate. Tell me, good work. Well done.